Brighton, Crystal Palace, Manchester City, Watford and Wolves from the Premier League, and Swansea and Millwall from the Championship. There, Pedro and Juan Mata. Once on the pitch, the rival. Enjoy a light show here before the game. Pyrotechnics as well. Some fireworks building up for this contest. In Malmo on Thursday, they all start tonight, but only 5 of this 11 began the FA Cup final in May. This competition, defender Chris Smalling plays for only the 2nd time in the first team since early December. Gareth Southgate, the England manager, with his assistant now, the former Chelsea assistant, Steve Holland.
Besides, when things aren't going your way.
As this is a Premier League ground, there is VAR. Interesting choice to stick with the 2nd string goal. Mata. Rashford coming in. Ooh, and David Luiz. Glad to see that pass the right side of the post from his point of view.
Well, what a great start to the game. Chelsea tried to counter-attack, then it came to Manchester United. Mata feeding Lukaku, and he plays almost the perfect delivery into the box for Rashford. David Luiz takes up a good position.
It's from not far away from here, from Kingston on Thames, and it's not.
Not a good touch from Jorginho.
But Conte goes on past Nemanja Matic. And it's a useful ball from Young. A little clip down the channel. Matic. Clip a ball forward, then it was a very good one.
Around about the penalty spot mark for Lukaku.
2 years ago, with an FA Cup tie here. One that... There it is, parried away by Romero, back to Pedro. Goalkeeper does well again, does very well, because it's not even a corner. He's held it the right side of the line from his point of view at the 2nd attempt.
Well, let's talk about the strikes as well. The first one from David Luiz was dipping and swerving, which made it difficult for the goalkeeper. And Pedro
trying to whip it. It was a lovely setup from Marcos Alonso, who's never shy to go in, be an auxiliary attacker there, and that was worked beautifully.
Well, he'd started it off by running on diagonally with the ball.
For sure. And here's Ander Herrera able to line one up, and he's parried away.
Here's the shot from Herrera. Cuts across it, it's a nice height, as you said. And it's the obvious bend on the ball. Sets himself, gets 2 hands to it. Comfortable save.
Jorginho, it's a clever pass for Higuain. Been forced a little bit wide, but that's the movement that Higuain is famous for, and also the pass that Jorginho's famous for.
Well, he hasn't got any assist, I don't think, this season, Jorginho, but obviously he played with...
Into the groove. Azpilicueta. Higuain! Not picked up, not on target.
There's the switch of play. Pogba's tucked in, so is Herrera. Rashford and Lukaku don't want to go all the way back, or not being asked to go all the way back, so Azpilicueta can come onto the ball, pick out that cross, which he...
Rashford has it.
Well, he uses his laces to do exactly the same thing that David Luiz wanted to do.
He started the game against Sheffield Wednesday. Certainly wanting to play on hard and low, and that's extremely good goalkeeping. It's always a difficult game in his time. Know whether that's going to lead to keeping the job at the end of the season. Oh, and Azpilicueta, Arrizabalaga, up sure on the pitches that he used to play on. This kind of approach from the back would have worked for the great man. Hit it off as a Chelsea player. Yeah, went out on.
He's put under a bit of pressure, and he's a particularly good passer of the ball. Here's a bit of holding by Chris Sists. Yeah, few and far between.
Pogba's on the ball. And a late run from Herrera! Manchester United strike first. And the player who was sent off in his last FA Cup game here has a different emotion here. The thrill of scoring the opening goal for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United.
Well, the two players I said had really difficult roles in the side today create the goal. First of all, Pogba down the left-hand side, He can manipulate the ball so well to buy himself
the away game that they've played this season. The flag goes up against Higuain as Chelsea.
Offside.
Neutral ground in Wembley. Oh, and that dips over Romero. Pedro saying it was deflected.
He's looking very calm.
Been back to Norway since the PSG defeat, just a day or two with the family. Oh, there's no foul. And Higuain was a little bit surprised, I think, to be allowed to go on. Here's Hazard arriving at speed. He can't get it across the face of the goal. There would have been some ructions from Manchester United, I think, if Higuain had kept on going.
And that's where he just lacks that.
Found by Pogba. Pogba arriving in the middle. Here he goes! Paul Pogba! 2-0 Manchester United. The power on the header too much for the keeper. And Manchester United are going to go in at half-time here at Stamford Bridge. 2 goals to the good.
Well, I would say there's the weakness of Chelsea. We've said it all season. If you can get in behind Alonso and down the side of David Luiz, they're not good defensive players in my view.
Damage for Manchester United and Herrera on the end of a Pogba cross, and then Pogba powering home the second. 92 at half-time. The FA Cup final for Chelsea back in May, and so far it's going according to plan.
Here until the very last minute, Chelsea got an equaliser, and I think one of the important things, you mentioned it right at the end,
2011-2012 season. Unpick the lock here, and they nearly did.
Both centre-halves read that one. Higuain making that run from slightly deeper.
There were plenty of sting in his running, and he's leaving 3 in his wake. Nearly came for Lukaku.
Played it into a good area. David Luiz comes back. Is it the top of the shoulder? Is it the top of the arm? It's the shoulder. I think he's got away with that one. Should be okay.
The referee's in a very good... Hazard takes for David Luiz. Azpilicueta wants that. And Maurizio Sarri wants that. It's a big call for the referee. Ashley Young there trying to act as a barrister. From the England point of view, Marcus Rashford will be catching here. Conte looking for Pedro, and in the end it was a brave challenge that stopped Pedro getting in. 2 United players down.
Shaw did really well here. Ball was played
quickly. Azpilicueta, and Pogba has the muscle power. And Azpilicueta actually did get a foot looking for... John Terry is here, and here is...
willing to start with 1v1 against Lindelof, goes past him far too easily. I'm not sure who.
Leader, legend and main defender, and again a ball.
So he's thrown himself into. Smalling's got it.
Willian is going to try and do here. He gets it over the wall, but not.
Just gets underneath it. Too much hot.
Manchester United win it back high up, and Rashford spot Pogba, who's coming up. In towards Barkley, and Higuain.
What he was doing, he stood in front of Barkley, and as soon
as Sarri trying to make sure the referee agreed with him, but he didn't.
Player that could do that just as well and even better, and that was Cesc Fabregas. But you want somebody to pick passes out. Cesc Fabregas.
Rudiger for Alonso. Looking for Zappacosta. And it's the next game. Southgate and Steve Holland have... Conte. Hazard. Well-timed challenge. Sees his team get into the quarter-finals, avenge the club's defeat to Chelsea in the final itself. Chelsea, never really, having conceded the first goal, looked like finding a way.